Hello everyone, my name is Megan Valenti and today I am going to show you Google Jamboard, which is a great online whiteboard collaboration space. It is accessible through Google Drive under More Apps. If you click the New, and then More, and then Google Jamboard. As long as you have a Gmail account or your Google Drive set up, then you will be able to use this for free. You will need internet though in order to access it, and your students will need internet as well in order to collaborate on the Jamboard. Um, okay, so you can share the link with groups of students, but you do need to create the Jamboard first. So I'm going to pretend that I am just doing a very quick uh, kind of check-in, maybe on a Monday morning with my students to try and get them awake and ready for the week. So the Jamboard is basically, like I said, a white space or a whiteboard for you all to collaborate. You can change the background. Over here on the left, you have some tools. There's a pen option, eraser, a selection tool, sticky note, which is what I'm going to use right now. I'm going to do green. And then you just type whatever it is that you want to have your students answer. So what is one goal you have for this week? And then it pops that right onto the space. I'm going to put it in the middle there. And then when students are ready to respond, they will add their own sticky notes. What I like to do sometimes is I will group students according to color. So I will say, group one, I would like all of your sticky notes to be pink. Group two, all of your sticky notes will be orange, and so on and so forth. Also, I think if it's just something really informal, I don't care what color their sticky note is, but it is just one of the options. You can draw a circle, text box, and then there is a laser option as well, which is kind of nice because if you're talking to them and you can say, all right, everyone, I want you to pay attention right here, it just draws their attention. After you have created it, you need to share it with your students so they can collaborate, and you would hit share. And then you would copy the link. Now, in my district, I would need to change it to this, that anyone in this group with the link can view. Copy my link, and then it's very easy to put that link in Google Classroom, or you can actually embed it into Canvas as well. It is an aspect, Jamboard is an aspect of Canvas that lets you embed directly into a module, which is typically what I do. This is a great formative assessment tool because it allows you to collaborate with your students and check their understanding and progress within a unit or lesson. I'm going to show you an example. It can be used in any content, and I believe would be fairly easy to implement from upper elementary all the way through secondary. I've used this in my ELA classroom with 7th and 8th graders for my reading workshop in a variety of ways. Most recently, we used it as a way to answer questions related to themes in a poem. We have shared pictures to illustrate vocabulary word meanings, and we have used it as an icebreaker activity where my students had a captioning contest for memes. I believe this resource would be useful to connect to the majority of levels of Bloom's taxonomy. Depending on the questions and activity you create using the Jamboard, students would be able to remember and recall facts such as vocabulary definitions, basic concepts. They would be able to understand, apply, and analyze, such as the theme of a poem. Evaluating and creating would most likely involve implementation of additional resources, but I believe the Jamboard could still be useful in implementing at those levels in conjunction with that other resource. The Jamboard allows for enhancement along the lines of the SAMR model. It's an accessible way for technological substitution and augmentation, for sure. Because it brings that whiteboard and collaboration space online and gives that instant availability for students to see what their peers are thinking, and also for you. And it's great for you to collaborate along with them. So I wanted to show you this example. We were talking about theme and topics in a poem, and I broke the poem up into stanzas, and the students responded to a question I had here in the corner. I typically tell them they either don't need to put their name or they just put their initials for privacy reasons. It also lets them feel a little more comfortable. So that is an example of what we did just recently. I really like the Jamboard. I think it has been a really great tool, and I hope that you all can see that it is useful for you as well. And thank you so much for listening.